were all virgins, and they were all to be given a 12-month beauty treatment, then to go before the king, and whoever pleased the king the most would become the new queen. I, Hadassah, also known as Esther, was chosen as one of these women. Finally, it was my turn to go before the king. He was pleased with me so much that I, Esther, was crowned queen. After King Xerxes learned about the evil plan that 2 guards were planning to kill him, he began to honor a man named Haman. He wanted everyone to bow down to Haman, but Mordecai refused to. So Haman decided to speak with Mordecai. He asked Mordecai why he wouldn't bow down to him, and finally, Mordecai told him that he was a Jew. After Haman learned about this, he not only wanted to kill just Mordecai, but all the Jews in the kingdom. After I heard what he was planning to do, I decided to throw a party for just Haman and King Xerxes. That way, I could tell the king what I wanted. After Haman left the party, he saw Mordecai outside of the king's gates. This made him very unhappy, so he decided that in the morning he would ask King if Mordecai could be hung. On the second day of my party, King asked, what was it that I wanted? King, if you like me and it pleases you, please let me live. Please let my people live too. I ask this because my people and I have been sold to be killed, to be destroyed, and completely wiped out. If we had just been sold as slaves, I would have kept quiet because that's not enough of a problem to bother the king. King asks, who did this to you? Where's the man that dared do such a thing to your people? The man against us.
Someone says when it comes to fighting, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but it's the size of the fight that's in the dog. So many times we measure things and we measure things the wrong way. We measure things and we try to compare this to this and we try to compare this to that, not knowing that God is not into comparing and competition. God simply has a ministry and he asks for us to do the ministry like he would have us to do it and to glorify him with all our being, that we serve the Lord with all of our heart, with all of our soul, and with all of our might. All he asks that whatever we do, make sure we don't do it haphazardly. The question is this morning is not can we depend on God? But the question is, can God depend on you? Are we? Our judgments doesn't count. Our opinion doesn't count. Our feeling doesn't count. It all has to do with what does the Lord say? When you're trying to find answers, when you're going trying to get folk opinion, when you're going to try to converse this and feel that, always go back to the real measure of ministry is, what does the Lord say? That's the first thing. You can't be powerful being out of place. Come over here. Come join over here. Why don't you come here? We got this. We got that. We got all the cookies. We got all the candy. We got all the sweets. Come over here. Come join the choir. Come get on the usher board. Come do this. No. Am I where God wants? That's where my sister goes. That's where my mama was raised. That's where my daddy was. No. Am I where God wants me? Where we need to be a family. No, that's biological. That's not spiritual. Where does God want me to be? Rather be at home. I'm not no evangelist. I'm a pastor. I have love for the sheep. I love caring for the sheep. I love taking care of the sheep. And I ain't got to be running all over the country trying to be impressive and have my name slung out. I have to serve where God has placed chase me. I never shall forget, and I'll get into this next week, that was a story of a young man who left, and he was looking to find gold. And what he did, they had a thing where everybody was going to California because they was looking for the gold rush. And what he did, he left his place and went to California to buy fields so he could try to find gold. Sold his house, left here and went. And what happened was the same people that bought his house discovered gold in his backyard. And he went to California and bought fields and didn't find nothing. I want to close with this. Next week, I'm going to try to tell you how to find gold in your own backyard. We're looking for gold everywhere else. We're looking for success everywhere else. We're looking for preeminence everywhere else. We're looking for popularity. How to find gold where God has already just worked the place where God has given you. I didn't know how powerful this ministry is, but I tell you what God has shown me. If I had love on this side of the scale and I had people on this side of the scale, maybe I didn't have but 30 people that was full of love over here. But I had 3,000 people over here, but they didn't hardly have no love. I wouldn't trade. I said I wouldn't. Now, a lot of folk will, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't trade the love that's on this side for the people that's on this side. You know why? Because this is the greatest attraction. This is the greatest picture. Because people are not looking for people. People are looking for love. Because let me tell you one thing. Can I be real? I don't care how much money you were paying. I don't care how you get up. You can have a church, you can have a pastor anniversary, and you can talk for 30 days about how much you love me and all this type of stuff. But if you didn't show it, I'd have been gone. Do you hear me? I said, I'd have been. I'm not here because I got to be. I'm here because I feel this is where the Lord has placed me. And I ain't going nowhere. I don't care how folk act. I don't care how they clown. I don't care what other people do. I don't care how many hurricanes come. I don't care if the church got to be blown down and put until the Lord say move. I ain't going nowhere. Why are people so miserable? I'll tell you the secret. They don't have to go to no psychiatrist. If you want to just pay somebody, pay me $100 off if you want to. But I'll tell you the reason why people are miserable. They're miserable because they are not where the Lord has placed them.